Hey, for this video I'm going to be comparing Trickster before his buff and after the 5.1 mid-chapter patch. So let's first take a look at the patch notes. Let's go over the patch notes. So the main thing with Trickster is that they decrease the number of knives needed to get a health state. So they decrease that from 8 to 6. And then they've adjusted other things based on that. So he now starts with 44 knives as opposed to 60. The maximum knife rate fire bonus after throwing 8 knives is 25 as opposed to what it was with 33. The add-ons, which have been changed to adjust to the other changes, as well as the knife hit indicator. That's just a little quality of life. Not to mention the changes to No Way Out and Hex Crowd Control, which are really nice. And I'll be showing No Way Out in the video. Okay, for this first match, this is pre-buff, so pre 5.1. My build, it's pretty standard. It's Ruin Undying for the delay, No Way Out for the end game, and Whispers just so I can help find people. Pretty standard, nothing fancy here. I saw scratch marks, but they were Scooby-Dooing me. There, it's pretty easy. Just get the M1. No point in using your knives there. Get the hit while you can. Wanted to break this door because it's going to become quite useful for me later. Now, unfortunately, we don't really get to try out No Way Out, and especially with the buffs. It's not... We didn't get a good chance to use it. So it's kind of a wasted perk in this video, but it's kind of reassuring to have. Catching this Nia out in the open. And as you can see, this is the old Trickster, right? So it costs 2 more knives to get the health state. And this is a really bad loop because it's nice and low, which is great for Trickster. And this is just getting the ball rolling. One thing I have noticed with the new Trickster is that you have to reload a lot more, which is kind of nice. I quite like it. It adds a little bit of delay and adds some more use to perks like Iron Maiden. Saw this person, they disappeared. Thought maybe they were trying to Scooby-Doo me again, but we ended up finding them. Again, just a regular M1, get the hit while I can, no point in trying to get knives. Now here, however, they dropped the pallet early, which is good against Trickster, but you gotta be careful, because I just got a couple of good knives on her. Now, I'm commentating after the buff, and I've played a match or two with the new Trickster. It's kind of interesting to go back and see what would have been like a health state, or what's the difference between the pre-buff. Missing most of my shots there. Again, that was good up the Nia. This is actually a really bad tile for me because it's really high walls, but I wanted to zone her really well there, and she disappeared now. This is why it's good to record your footage so you can look back and you can see where you kind of went wrong and kind of see how much of an idiot you were, like I am. Let's see what was missing. At this point, I kind of just realized, alright, let's just go and pressure the other gens, make use of my ruin. See the faint scratch marks? These were pretty stealthy gamers, but thankfully we were able to see them. This is a bad loop to play against Trickster. Again, it's really low. She's doing pretty good just using the trees as cover, but she got the hit, and that's really out in the open there. Popping their first gen now. I saw the scratch marks there, so I knew someone was near. No, I didn't break that other pallet because it's actually quite out in the open and good to get some knives. Seeing that compared to the buff Trickster, his like ultimate, it really didn't last long before the buff. So that's one big change that I've noticed, is you can really hang on to it for much longer and actually maybe use it. I think I do use it once in this match. Again, out in the open, lots of hits. Right there, that would have been a health state with the buff Trickster. Not really supposed to use range. Like he's not great for long range attacks. He's more of a mid to short range. I get the down. I didn't want to pick up because they'd just been unhooked, so I'm gonna give him another chance. One perk I've really been liking on Trickster is actually coup de grace, because a lot of the time you find yourself not needing to use your knives, and just that extra range is quite good, especially because Trickster doesn't have a whole lot of map pressure, so you can get some more extra hits because of that extra range, and it really comes in clutch sometimes. I can hear her up there trying to mind game her, see if she was gonna fall. And I can hear them up there. Should have broken that pallet earlier. This is a pretty good loop for survivors, unless you're gonna camp the pallet like that, because it's tall and the Trickster can't shoot over them. So we're doing really well here. We've got 5 hooks and only 1 gen done. I know there was more than one person on this gen, so I wanted to loop back. And of course, there they were. Get the hit and get out. Here, get some knives. With the new buff, that wouldn't be quite as effective because they lose their laceration a lot quicker. And then I actually get the mind game there. And that's the first person down. From here, it's just a big snowball. They haven't done any gens. I see the gen pop, so I know that there's people there. There's really no point in doing those long range ones. I'm just kind of showing that I know where they are. Maybe if I get a hit. It's not super effective though. She pre-dropped the pallet there, which is kind of interesting, but I was really surprised that didn't hit. That was good of her using the pallet like that. She should have gone the other way. Now she's using her surroundings really well. She's weaving in between the trees and rocks, which is really good. Taking a lot longer. Again, with the buff Trickster, she would have been down a lot sooner. Here, I actually managed to use his ult. Not a great loop for it though, however. I kind of squeeze in a few hits here and there. That was a really bad idea for her to hit that, or to drop that pallet. Because I got a couple of free knives off that. She could have ran me around that a couple more times at least. Second hook for her. I just skipped, so because there was a lot of like dead play. Like I was just searching for survivors. Glad it isn't like a minor. Again, see that pallet? It's coming in use, getting a hit. And I'm missing all my knives. But we do get the down. It's first hook for her. I know they've been trying to do this gen, so I'm trying to keep up with it. They got the Ruin Undying. It did its job. Lots of game delay. I don't know what this Nia was thinking. Basically gave me a free hit on her. Using those little loops. And that's 3 people down. Reload, because I might not get another chance. Also, I forgot to mention my add-ons are pretty standard. It's just extra knives. That's the feather boa, and the other one is shoes to make you walk a little faster. And I just skipped ahead because it was just trying to find the last survivor here. So I find her at the gate. She actually almost gets it, but there's a horrible loop to be at against Trickster. Don't even need to use my knives. And that's game. So that's old Trickster, and he's still pretty good, but there's certainly a lot more opportunities where survivors could have gotten away and kind of got the DK. But with that said, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so this is the second game. So this is after Trickster got his buff, and we got Midwich. I decided to use this footage because Midwich is not bad of a map for him, because it's got the narrow corridors with not really a lot of places for them to kind of weave and dodge. But it's also got a lot of, like, there's a variety of tall loops and short loops. So this, for example, is a tall loop. That would be bad to play as the Trickster against the survivors. So I see this Nia. Trying to mind game her, maybe she was gonna get out of there. Half of this loop is pretty good. I was trying to get some shots in between the piano there, and she's playing it really well. Just being cautious at the pallet. I kind of decided at this point it's not really worth it to go after her, but I get the hit and the pallet, so that's really good. I'm not gonna bother breaking that pallet right now. I noticed that she dropped. I should have just dropped right away. I don't really know what I was doing there. She played that quite well, kind of confused me. See, this is really open. Of course I missed most of my shots and run out of knives, but we still get the down. I'm gonna reload before I pick her up. Now, I'm still learning Trickster, so I still got a lot to learn, but if someone kind of inexperienced at playing Trickster can do this, it just goes to show that, you know, he's not as bad of as a killer now. I leave that Nia there because this Chris was there trying to get the save. Of course, I miss all my knives again. But because I need 2 less, it goes down quite quickly. Again, same perks. Ruin Undying, No Way Out, Whispers. Break this, maybe try and trick them. I see that they get the unhook there, so I'm going to go straight for that. Whispers isn't quite as useful on this map because it's got 2 floors as well. It's fairly small, so it's a little hard to properly utilize Whispers here. Just going around patrolling the gens, trying to get value off my ruin. They pop it right in front of me. They drop down, get an easy hit. No point in using knives there. M1 whenever you can. The knives are pretty much for loops, and whenever they go through an animation, like dropping a pallet or hopping over a window, that's prime time to use your knives. And of course in small corridors like this, you see my aim's absolutely atrocious, but it's a good map and I could have gotten probably a down right there. I'm just gonna leave her. See, like I just got a couple of knives there for free, but this is a pretty bad loop for Trickster because there's tall walls. I'm trying to mind gamer. Realize this isn't really worth it, so break the pallet. She'll run. Just let her go, got a pallet out of her, it's whatever. I hear people on this gen, so I try and fool Spine Chill there. And I get a hit. Almost a grab. I thought I could sneak one more knife in. I feel after his buff, just being able to sneak that one extra knife in is a lot more useful. Obviously the decay is a lot quicker, but if you expect to still be in chase within the next 10 seconds, it's quite useful. You can just pick away at them as they're running. So I get the down there. Again, it's a low loop for Trickster. Survivor's not gonna get out of that easy. If she ran around the tall part of the loop, that would have been a lot harder for me to get down. Again, I hear people on this gen, so I thought I could get maybe a knife or two on Leon there, but we get the one. And here I actually managed to get 2 health states out of Leon with my main event. Being careful with the pallet. Reload while I can, because I just got it down. Up on the hook he goes. Now they're doing much better this match. They've got my Undying, but not my Ruin. There's only 2 gens left. And I have only 3 hooks. These players are a little bit better than the last ones. They get the unhook, so I try and intersect them. I can hear Leon, so I'm just kind of seeing if he's on this level or up top, which he is up top. He should have just reached for it. I don't mean to be a tunneler, but there's no one else around, so get the hook while you can. Like I mentioned before, the lowered total knife capacity is actually a really nice change. I feel like it helps balance him out now that he can down people a lot quicker. He also has to reload a lot quicker, so he's kind of got that delay. Makes you need to reload a lot more often, which is nice. Just get that one little knife in. It's not a bad loot. This Nia plays it not too bad. She's trying to stay low out of my line of sight, which is great. That was the first hook for that Nia. Again, I know that rune was going on that gen, so I know that they are close to it. But I hear this one going. Getting lots of rune value. I don't hear the one up there going. I don't know what that Leon did, but he did manage to kind of confuse me there for a sec. This is not a great loop, as you can see. Some of it's kind of tall, but not totally out of line of sight. Now I could get the knives here, but I don't have a lot, and I know I can just get the M1. Sorry, Leon. That's it for him. Overall, I do feel like the changes are nice for Trickster. Kind of puts him in a better place. As you can see, I found this Nia. Just, it's not who I was expecting to be there, but we take it anyways. In the hallway, nowhere for her to go. My rune's in a pretty decent spot. I noticed they just got healed. And I'm hunked up top. I almost got the grab there, but we'll take the hit anyways. I know exactly what he was going for. I knew he was going to drop that. I thought I was going to be able to mind game him, but he just ran for it, which is probably the smartest thing he could have done. And reload while I can, because I can't do much with low knives. This is where I hear him, so it's probably best to just M1 there, save the knives. And I activated main event, which I didn't mean to do, but you can really see the comparison with the first match, which was before the buff. You can see how long main event actually lasts now. Definitely gives you a ton of more opportunities to use it. But I don't really get a good use out of it. I know someone's here, but kind of I just wanted to use it, maybe get a little bit of value out of it, but I only got one knife off of that Nia. Thought she may have gone in there, but again, she's running that low part of the loop, so I was able to get the down pretty easily. Again, reload just because I can. Might as well. And that's 2 people dead. Again, just patrolling my gens. I see the scratch marks, and then obviously I can go on after that and get the hit on Chris. No point in winding up there. He was already around the corner. See, breaking that door really came in handy. And this is actually a really good loop for him. He plays it pretty well. Like, if he were to drop that pallet right there, I probably would have gotten down. But he ran me a little bit longer. And with that, Chris is dead. Reload, because he might not get another chance with the last person. But other than that, last person just finds Hatch. But I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a comparison between old Trickster and the new buff Trickster.